And um, now I live in a small house with my family in Tainan City. There are 5 people in my family. They are my mom, my dad, my sister, and me. Today I feel really good because recently I go to the supermarket to buy some things like candy or some sweet food that I can eat in my free time. So I feel really happy today. Yes, that's all.
And do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I have a lot of hobbies like reading books because I can learn some new things while I read the books, and I can widen my knowledge. And another one is swimming. A lot of people say that I really active, so I really like I can do a lot of exercise, outdoor activities, especially swimming. And I have a lot of chance to join some competition and have high score.
Okay. How many days in the week do you study at school?
So I study 5 days of the week. It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Sometimes I need to go to the school on Saturday to go to my extra class in my school to study.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 2 sisters. Um, the old one now is 10 years old, and the young one now is 7 years old. They are so active. Sometimes they're really cute, but they are really, really active. So sometimes they are really annoying. But when they're not at home, I feel really boring and I need them.
Okay, then what is your favorite subject at school and why?
So there's a lot of subjects that I've learned in the school, and that's really hard. But I think my favorite subject is math and English because math is about number, and I love numbers. I like to study with number, work with them. Some games that I play on the computer is also about the numbers. And English, when I learn English, I can learn more one language, and I can go to a lot of country over the world and travel and meet some people around the world because I can use English. So I think math and English is really necessary in daily life. So this is the reason why I like math and English.
Okay. What is your favorite days of the week?
So I think my favorite days of the week is Sundays because I don't need to go to any class or go to school to study. I just need to stay at home. Sometimes when I find some recipes, I can test them and bake some cake that I want to eat. And I have a lot of free time on Sunday. I can go to swimming pool with my sisters or go to the supermarket to play with my friends or just stay at home and listen to music or watch some movie. So I really like Sunday because I have a lot of free time.
Uh, okay. Mm, do you like to study English and why? Is
So there's a lot of reasons that I like to learn English. First, when I learn English, I can make friends with a lot of friends all over the world because they also learning English, and I can use some apps to meet them online. And secondly, I can travel a lot of places, a lot of country in the world, and I can learn about their traditional things or meet some friends a lot. So it can help me to get a high paying job in the future because English is really popular nowadays.
How many countries do you think the world speak? I know how many countries the wait second. How many countries do you think speaking English?
So I remember that there's a lot of country in the world that they're speaking English, and I think it's a lot. I think it's about 100 countries. I don't know, but I just remember that a lot of people, a lot of country in the world, they use English in their daily life, like America, Australia.
Do you know how to speak a British accent?
Hmm?
Do you
Can you
know
repeat that?
Do you know how to speak a British accent?
Um, I know what is mean.
What do you say? You mean like biết nói giọng của anh không? Chị biết nói giọng anh không? Giọng nước Anh ấy.
So when I study English and when I'm speaking, I just like speak I think it's quite hard. So can you answer this? And I can know how to answer this question.
I don't know how to speak in British accent. I am reason I was teaching in American accent. My sister know how to teach in British accent, but she's mostly speaks in America. Can you tell me any rare species of animals on Australia? Do you know any animals in Australia?
So there's a lot of animals that famous in America, in Australia. And I think the most popular animal in Australia is koala. It is really famous about lazy. They're just really lazy. They just spend all the times of the day on the trees. Sometimes they need people to bring food to feed them. I just know about koala or kangaroo.
Fine. Okay. Have you ever been sick in your life?
Sick?
Yeah.
Yes, I have sick a lot in my life. And I remember that when I was 5 years old, I am sick and I cannot like work or go to school because I'm really tired and I just want to sleep all the time. And I need to go to the hospital to meet the doctor. And after 2 weeks, I'm fine and I can go to school to study.
Okay. Does your parents worry that do your parents ever scolded you when you get low grades on your test?
So there's not usually worry about my score in my school. If I have low score in some tests, they just tell me that I need to improve my scores, my point, to like because a lot of people around me said that I am really clever, and they always think that I always have high score in the school, but sometimes I just have like 7 point. And my mother don't tell me anything. Teachers tell me that oh you need to improve your score. They they she's really kind. She many things that make me worry about my score. Like
Okay. How does your sibling speak English good?
so my sibling is just learning English for about 3 years or 4 years only, so they cannot use English really good. And I usually teach them how to use English in daily life, but they cannot answer a full sentence. Like they just in the sentence in Vietnamese, they sometimes they put some English word and make a sentence. I think that's crazy, but sometimes they can learn some new word while they are talking with me. But I usually spend about 30 minutes each day to talking English with them. So they cannot speak English as well as me.
And do they like to learn English?
Do you relax to learn English?
Do your siblings like to learn English like you?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I cannot hear.
Does does your siblings like to learn English?
So, I don't know, do they like English? Because the English is the subject that we need to study in the school to um study in the school, and it's a really necessary subject in the school too, so we need to study. And I think that's my sibling is don't really like to learning English, because when my mom tell me that I need to teach my sister, my sister is always crying and tell that I don't want to study English anymore. And I don't think they like English because English is quite hard for them. I think they need to learn another subject or sometime another language. Like,
Okay. Do you like to? Why do you like to study math in your school?
so when I was a kid, I really play and do a lot of things with the number. Um, I can count 1 to 20 when I just about 4 or 5 years old. I think that's easy, but I don't care about that because it's just like number. And now some games that I play in real daily life, I usually play some games with a number, like Sudokus or a lot of numbers that have number. And I think number is really interesting. We can do and study with it. It's really good. And some job that is about math and number, it can help me to get a high paying job. So I think math is really necessary, but sometimes math is really hard. Now is math is really hard now, and I just have a 7 to 8 point in the school. I'd rather have 9 or 10 point because now math is really hard, but math is really necessary too.
Do you know any theorem in math? Chị có biết định lý nào cho môn toán không?
There's a lot.
Can you just tell me just a few?
There's a lot, and I don't know how to translate it in English. I think it's quite hard because I just use Vietnamese to learning math only.
Okay. And do you like to go shopping with your mom or dad?
Yes, I really like to go shopping, especially go with my mom because we are both we are women. We know each other what they want to buy, like clothes or skirt or t-shirt a lot. And sometimes I go shopping to buy clothes with my mother. She can choose for me a lot of beautiful clothes. When I go with my parents, I don't need to bring money because they will pay for me. So I really like to go shopping with my family.
What do you usually buy when you go shopping?
So when I go shopping, I usually find chocolate because I like something that's sweet, and especially chocolate because when I'm sad, I usually eat chocolate because when I eat some sweet food, it can make my mood better. And I usually share some candy or chocolate with my friends when I have some problem.
Okay. And what kind of recipes do you like to cook?
So there's a lot of recipes that I can find on the internet. But in some free day, I don't want to spend a lot of time to bake or find some recipe. So I usually like to use cookie recipe because cookies is really easy to bake, and we can and the ingredient is around the house, just in the house, so we don't need to go out to buy anything else. And this is just need about 1 or 2 hours to bake it. So I think I like to find cookie recipe.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. Why do you like to cook?
So there's a lot of reasons that I like to cook because when I finding some recipe on the internet, I can find some really interesting food that I never have seen before. And when I bake some cake or some food that delicious, I can share with my families or my friends. And there's always said that I cook and bake really good, so it can make me happy. So I really like to cook.
Okay. And do you like to play games, and what games do you like to play?
So when I was a kid, I really loved to play games, like a lot of games like Mini Word or Play Together. A lot of games, but when I grow up, I think them is really boring, and I'm trying some interesting games, and it can also help me to focus, make me more focused. And now I am like to play Sudoku because I can play with number, and it can improve. It can help me to focus on a lot of things.
Okay. Do you like to do DIY?
So I really like doing DIY, and in my school we have a subject called STEM. Um, my teacher will give me a kit of things that there's a lot of things in it, like paper, scissors, or color, and we can use them to make some things like car or the bridge a lot. And it's really useful in our daily life. But now I don't have a lot of free time to do DIY anymore. But and while summer holiday, I usually do DIY with my relative or my cousin because it can make me feel more relaxed and focus on other things.
Okay. Um. What kind of books do you like to read the most?
So there's a lot of kinds of books that I really like to read, and I have a really big book shelf that have a lot of kinds of books too. But I think my favorite book is novel because um it's really like it's really interesting. It's some novel is about romantic stories or horror or sad story. There's a lot. And sometimes I can learn some new thing when I read novel and see some and read some like romantic story about two people. It's really good for me. And when I don't have anything to do in my free time, I usually read novel or sometimes share a novel with my friends.
Okay. Hmm. I kind of out of questions. Can you ask me some?
So now I don't have any question to have asked you.
Do you like to eat fast food?
So I really like to eat fast food, and usually I usually eat fast food 3 times a month. I usually eat fast food with my families. I like to eat chicken or spaghetti. But now I think they are not, but they're not good for our health. It is really harmful. We need to eat vegetable or like tomatoes or some food that makes by vegetable too. So now I don't really want to eat fast food anymore.
Okay. Um. Is your school going to have a test next week?
Yes. Next week I will have a midterm test, and in the Monday I need to have a test in literature, and I haven't learned anything. But I think it's can be fine because literature is easy for me and I can learn it easily. Because I just need to think and write down anything that I think in my brain. So I think it's easy, and I usually have high score in literature, so I don't worry about them.
Okay. Um. What is your most hated subject in your school?
So there's a lot of subjects that I hate in the school because they are really hard for me, and I think I hate science the most because we need to learn about physical, biology, and chemistry. They are really hard for me because we need to remember a lot of things and we need to use them in some exercise. If we use wrong Like, we need to remember a lot, and we need to remember all of them about the like about the body, about the blood, about a lot of things. What is made from or a lot of things. It's hard, but I want to be a doctor in the future. So I think if I hate them, I also need to study them because they necessary to be a doctor in the future. Like, yes. That's all.
Can you continue asking them?
Okay. When did you first study English?
Can you hear me?
Yes. I have some
Okay.
question to ask you. When did you first learn when did you first study English?
English at 5 years old. My mom made me wish that I can improve my skill.
Okay. Who was your first English teacher?
It's alright.
Okay. So who was your first English teacher?
My first English teacher was not actual was teacher zone, but I learned my mom taught me English first on an app, and I study it every day. I don't think I remember my first teacher though.
Okay. Why did you want to learn English?
I think it's important to learn English when you are in a test or you need to study abroad. You must have an English. You must have an English skill to talk and communicate and work in other countries like America or Britain, but or in other countries, and if you study English, you get you gonna have a good points on your test that helps you get into a a good school. So that's why I like to I that's why I need to study English.
Okay. Do you find it easy or difficult to learn English? Do you find it easy or difficult to learn English?
I think it's medium to learn English. Sometimes it's hard, but mostly at the starters at English, like degree at A1 or A2 or B1. It's kind of easy, and when you get to C2, it's get really hard.
Okay. What do you find most difficult in learning English?
I think most difficult is learning grammar because I have a hard time to remember a lot of formula. Oh no, wait. A lot of instruction to know how to build an English sentence correctly. But sometimes I think that grammar we in don't really use them in real life. We just use some simple sentences a to make a good conversation. So I think that grammar is the hardest.
Okay. What do you often do in your free time?
Free time I usually play games or read books.
So what kind of book do you read?
I like to read fantasy books or fantasy books like
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Do you usually listen to the radio?
I don't usually listen to the radio.
So
I
continue.
I don't. I like to. I like to play games or watch videos.
Okay. What's your favorite TV program?
My favorite TV program is a cartoon.
Okay. What is it?
It's like Tom and Jerry and um, Tom and Jerry because I like to watch cats. I like to because it's very funny. Tom just like always tries to catch Jerry, and he bumps into very lot of pranks of Harry, and that makes them very funny.
Okay. Um, do you like to spend time with your friends or family?
I like to spend time with my friends and both my families because When friends say I had to play with them, they play a lot of games. And with my family, I how can have to study or I can talk about my day at school.
Okay. Do you like having dinner with together with your family?
I usually go on a play dates day or I don't usually do much about anything.
Okay. Do you think children should use mobile phone?
I think they should, but like a 50-50, cause sometimes children need to communicate with the internet world to know how it works, and some of them can be addicted to video games. So I think it's middle.
Okay. So, on what occasion should children use phones?
Children should use phones if they need to communicate with their friends or families, or
Do
they need
you,
to
yes, continue.
they need to answer. They need to do the homework. If they don't know how to do it, they need help. So yeah,
Okay. Um, which country do you want to travel in the future?
I want to. I actually have don't know, because there are a lot of interesting countries in the world that I want to explore.
Okay. Can you cook?
Yes, I can. A lot. I usually cook my mom to make a traditional meals to offer the gods or my ancestors. So I can.
Okay. Do you know how to bake cake?
I don't even know how to bake cake. It's very hard, and I tried once, and my mom just looks like it, and she just said, "It's dope." She just scolded me because I messed her kitchen up.
Okay. Um, how long have you been learning English?
I think I've been learning English for uh, 8 years, and yeah, I think I have been learning English for 8 years.
Okay. Uh, in the morning, do you usually do exercise?
No, I don't, because sometimes because I studied a lot, and in the morning had to wake up early to go to school. I only have 30 minutes of waking up every day, so I don't usually do exercise.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is is light and lightish blue color.
Do color affect your mood?
No, it doesn't, because I don't usually think about my color much, and I mostly focus on studying.
Okay. What is your dream job in the future?
My dream job in the future is to be an astronaut or a space scientist.
Why do you like to be
Because
an astronaut?
I get to explore the space and know how it works, or I could work in a lab and know how moon rocks are made.
Okay. Um, so what equipment do you often use to learn English?
I don't usually use much equipment, just a laptop to talk, or if needed, we can use headphones. And I think that just makes it, because mostly they write in write by keyboard typing, and I don't think that we need much to study English.
Okay. Do you prefer learning English with your friends or your sister?
I don't usually learn English with anybody. I have my sister. She's usually busy, so she just don't teach me much, and I just usually study English on my own.
Okay. Can you ask me some questions?
Yeah. Okay. Mm, what is your favorite meal?
Meal. I think my favorite meals in a day, I think that's eat breakfast. Because breakfast is really necessary in a day. And I usually just have a cup of milk, or sometimes I will have a bread, or sometimes it's corn. Is and when I eat breakfast, I feel more better because if I don't eat breakfast in the noon, I will feel really tired. So I think that I like breakfast, and breakfast is a most necessary meal in a day.
Okay. Do you have a favorite food or drink, and what is it?
My favorite food is like I think spaghetti because spaghetti is really famous and it's really easy to cook. It tastes really good. I really like tomatoes, and spaghetti is have tomato, a lot of tomato, and it's really easy to cook. When I free, we just need to spend about 30 minutes to make spaghetti, and the ingredient is really cheap, and I can find ingredient in my house because it is really basic.
Okay. How about drinks? What kind of drinks do you like?
Drinks.
Drinks.
Drink. So I think the drink that I like the most that is milk tea. I think a lot of girls in all over the world like milk tea too because it is sweet and good. And the price is low. It's really cheap. Everyone can buy it, but it's quite harmful. It has a lot of sugar, and when we drink a lot of milk tea, we will have some health problem. So I just drink 3 times a month because I don't have too much money, and I think this is quite harmful.
Okay. Um, why do you like to be a doctor in the future?
So I think to be a doctor is really cool because it is really hard to be a doctor. We need to spend about 7 or 8 years old to have to study about the body, the human, and about some health problem. And and we can help a lot of people. Sometimes we can help our family members, and we can have high paying job. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions I kind of out?
Let me see. Could you tell me about your family?
I live in a family of 4 people. My mother, father, my sister, and me. My father is 45 years old. and he's a constructor worker. My mother is a housework. She will usually stay at home and works when helping and do housework. My sister is 17 years old. She is a student and in Chanfo School. She's almost graduated from her school. School she almost graduated from her school and almost in college. Mm, and next is me, the youngest person in my house.
Um, um, I don't know. How can English help you in your job, like students?
English helps me in a lot of things. Like me to it helped me to communicate and sometimes teachers don't really know much about the communication of English. I talk about them about sperm whales, which is a one of the most interesting whales in the seas, but they don't know what I'm talking about. They like, what is a sperm whale? And I just said that. I explain them, but they don't even know what I'm talking about. So I usually just stay silent.
Okay. Do you think when we study English well, can we have a high-paying job in the future?
It's fun to study English to explain to a lot of people. Or if you um constructive worker, you don't need to study English much. You just need to know some simple English sentences. It depends on your job, on your
Do you want to learn any language in the future, like Chinese or French?
I like to learn. I think I like to learn France in the future.
Um, do you usually write a letter to give your friends?
And I don't usually write letters because you need to have a long time for the letters to reach them. So I just usually text them or call them with internet.
Okay. Do you prefer drink uh, water or milk tea?
I like drinking milk tea very much, but sometimes I usually just drink water because drinking milk tea too much that can cause a bad effect to your health. So I don't think that it's best to like 1 week we only drink 1 cup of milk tea and usually mostly drink water.
Do you usually spend free time with your sister?
And no, I don't. My sister usually don't have much free time, or if she does, she usually log into her screen and read books. So she won't talk to me or play with me. So I just usually spend my free time alone. Yep.
Do you like to make friends online? Do you like making friends online?
Mm, yeah, sometimes I don't like to make friends.
Okay. Do you like doing DIY?
Yes, I do. I like doing DIY. I have a lot of models at home that just paper models that I by myself.
Um, do you like spending free time to listening to music?
No, I don't. I usually time doing crafts or other stuff.
Okay. Do you like drawing? And what do you usually draw?
I don't like drawing much because it's hard.
Okay. Mm, so I think it's time that.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's enough for today. Bye là con nghĩ trước nè.
Yeah, I think so too.
Chào bạn.
Và
Goodbye.
goodbye.